I'm not sure if there's any truth in this, but I feel like Arthur's Pet Business is one of the more popular episodes of Arthur. This is based on one of the books by Mark Brown, so maybe that's why it's one that I seem to think of quite often. This aired originally in 1996. It's the 5th episode of the first season of Arthur, and this is directed by Greg Bailey. And Arthur wants a puppy. And it's weird to think that there was a time when he didn't have Pal, and it didn't even occur to me that Pal wasn't in the first 4 episodes of Arthur as I've just been rewatching them. Didn't even occur to me that he wasn't there. But there was a time, very briefly, when Arthur did not have Pal. And his parents say, you can get a puppy if you prove you're responsible. And Arthur actually comes up with the idea on his own to start a pet business. And this involves him looking after different pets and animals that people in the neighborhood have. And it starts off okay. He's very excited about this, but he then has to look after this dog called Perky, who is, well, she's got a bit of a temper problem at the moment, and there is a reason for it, and I don't know if it's predictable, because when I was rewatching it, I couldn't remember the specifics of the episode, but as soon as I saw Perky, I kind of knew why she was angry, and it all came flooding back to me. So I don't know if it is predictable, but I kind of feel like it might be. But Arthur has to look after these pets, and it gets very confusing with all of these different pet schedules. It's very demanding, and he begins to doubt himself. There's actually a really very moving moment where he's kind of doubting his own ability to look after pets, and almost gives up on the idea of having a pet, which is a shame, because that wasn't the purpose of the exercise. The point of it was not to make him stop wanting a puppy. It was just to kind of prove how difficult it would be. Nevertheless, as we know, well, Pal does exist, but I won't say how he gets Pal or what happens there. But I really like it. I think there's a really strong lesson in this for the average viewing age. I'd say the average viewing age for Arthur is probably, well, actually, when you watch it with PBS, there are young children about 5 or 6 years old watching it. But I started watching it roughly when I was about 8, I think. And obviously that's the age when you're old enough to be responsible for a pet and to look after it. So it's definitely something that a lot of viewers watching it can learn from. It may also encourage young viewers to ask their parents for pets, which might not have been the intention, but I can imagine it happening. But I like it. I thought it was very sweet. Arthur had a great challenge to rise to, and I thought he tackled it very well and very maturely. DW had a pretty interesting role in this one as well. Arthur's Pet Business, in my opinion, is definitely one of the most iconic, maybe well-aired episode. I'm not really sure. Maybe I had the book at one point. I definitely had some of the Arthur books. But Arthur's Pet Business is one that I will always think fondly of, and it's definitely a very strong segment